The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Wednesday, December 18th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do sign up with the promo code TCESGPN, you get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rebet. Rebet's a brand new sportsbook available in 45 states. Download Rebet in the App Store and use the promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $100. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And last but not least, you're brought to you by us. Yes, SGPN, College Football Playoff. We got a 12-teamer, and we're doing a SGPN College Football Playoff Challenge. It's completely free to enter, and the winner's walking away with $1,000. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CFP to enter for free today. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
What's up, everybody? This is Cameron Cartwright from Loyola Chicago Ramblers, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Shout out to the Broad Stop. Thank you, guys.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the College Basketball Experience preview and picks episode for Wednesday, December 18th.
Sounds
There
like
we
some
go.
of those dogs that catered late in the games tonight.
Oh yeah. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hop on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, 15K by January 1st, or we're seaworthy. All right. What's our number at right now? What's our number at?
14-1.
So we need 900 and what? 13 days? I don't know if we're gonna be able to get there.
I will say yesterday was a good day for the adding subscribers. So if we do that 14 more days, we'll get there. But you got to get off your lazy ass and subscribe. That's my message.
Yeah, we see the numbers.
Well,
see the numbers. You're lying.
Well, right now, these are the real ones. These are the ones that like watching the live show. We need to say something during the TMZ portion of our show where we do the TCE trims. That's the people that we need to get rid off of that. You know,
I'll try to do that. Yeah, which means I won't be able to. But yeah, look, folks, if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Oh, boy. It was a little tough. 7-9 college basketball. At least I hit the bowl game in football. But I mean, good God, some of those there was a couple brutal beats there, but you live to fight another day. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the Big 12 College Experience and the Ryan and Rush Show. Subscribe to both of those. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Now that bowl game's over, the Rich Rod era begins. Cheers, everybody.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Don't let him get off this hook, Colby. Don't let him get off this hook.
Hey, they covered.
Someone that had Memphis minus 4.5. That was a wild game for football. But basketball, man, we took some. I mean, I don't know your record, but I had some moments. I hit a money line, so it's
1 and 4.
I think Yeah, I mean, this was a tough night. Tough night. Not a horrible night, but like still a tough night for me. Like we were right there on a few spots, but yeah, anytime you lose money, it's not good. You know what I mean? Like it's just not a good feeling. But at least it's not last Friday. Well, last Friday when I went, I was like a G in the hole. Just like this one, it's like, okay, what am I, negative $64? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But still, it was tough. And it started with Drexel and Howard. We had Howard plus 2.5 points. Of course, we lost by 0.5 point. Shout out to these Drexel Dragons for getting that win. Your thoughts on this one?
Man, we've been getting hooked these last 2 days. Bad. God, I feel like I'm on the wrong side of every damn hook over these last 48 hours. I guess I had some good hooks last week, so it's evening out. But yeah, not a good start to the day. Felt like it could have went either way.
Yeah. Rick Pitino called out the Vegas odds makers. Yeah. And then he happened to make them look right or wrong in the other direction. As St. John's won by 28 against DePaul. Glad I didn't bet that. Your thoughts on the Johnnies looking really good?
Yeah, I fell for our DePaul guys. They came through for us.
Did you bet this?
A bunch. I did. Yeah, I ended up betting DePaul. No. They completely collapsed in the second half. And I didn't know that it was blackout night at St. John's. That place was kind of lit.
Yeah. I'm still hoping. I got that Final Four future. Let's go. We should have bet Asheville, man. I knew we should have bet Asheville. They won by 14 against North Florida. We took Asheville. We should have bet this. My mistake here. But we did bet this. We double locked the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, and they got it done in Greensboro there against A&T. I don't know if we need a breakdown on this, but I'll just go right into the next one. So I was foolish enough, and I'm not sure. I don't think you went with me on this, but I took was it 37? I think it was that I got with the likes of Western Carolina. I think it was 36.5. Actually, now that I think about it.
I hopped on this with you. I even waited till today because I was like, "There's no reason to run and bet this when you know you're going to get a couple extra points."
Cool. I am getting DMs from Tennessee fans saying that I need to tell you to stop fading them, which I think is hilarious because you also predicted them to win the national championship in baseball. So I told them that, but they're just like, he hates on Tennessee, and Rick Barnes is automatic in the regular season. It's hilarious.
Oh, well, first off, we pushed the game before. It's not like, I mean, the Illinois game was a push. It's not like I
just think so. Like going
Miami covered.
Yeah, Miami covered.
True.
That's true. What the fuck's going on here?
So what I was about to say is the Illinois game, the Miami game. I think you even took Syracuse. I think you both bet.
I did take Syracuse.
Martin.
I did take Syracuse, and I bet.
I think you picked against them 5 games in a row. I think you took them against Baylor, but you're also picking them against them in the playoff too. So it's like, okay, I see where this guy's coming from.
The playoff is like, a lock.
Yeah,
playoff is a lock. Yeah,
it seems like Colby really hates Tennessee right now. But I was like, he did take him to win the baseball national championship, which happened. Yeah. So he knows what the fuck he's talking about a little bit here.
I mean, my angle was strictly this. It's a gigantic fucking spread. You're coming off a buzzer beater against Illinois, a Big Ten team on the road. It's just kind of a sleepy spot to me. But I clearly am full of shit because they destroyed them. Anything you want to add about this game?
No, they killed them. I mean, what?
Strong 36 points.
They're pretty fucking good. I mean, they fuck teams up in these spots, it seems, over and over and over again. Are they the best team in the country? Auburn?
No. I would take Auburn over them.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tennessee.
Tennessee's got a hell of a match, though. They haven't even come close to losing. I guess actually the Illinois game, but they kind of controlled the Illinois game, I thought.
Really? I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
I felt like I don't know. I felt like they were going to find a way to win it at the end. I never felt like the Illini were going to make enough plays down the stretch to win it.
These two teams, it's criminal. They only play each other once this season.
Where's
it's
the
on
game?
Rocky Top. So,
I like it. I mean, I hope they play again, but I'm saying I like the fact I'm looking forward to that game. We should have locked Southern. We thought about it. Ole Miss only beats them by 13. We even noted that Ole Miss plays with their food in a lot of these games, but we didn't bet it. Gardner-Webb loses to Georgia Southern by 5. You bet this?
Yeah, they led the entire game. And they sold at the end. This is brutal, man. Yeah, I don't have any other. And then they foul. And Georgia Southern makes the free throws. Gardner-Webb misses a wide open shot at the end. No cover. Yay. My night's just getting fucking kicked in the dick.
I took North Carolina, and I didn't even take the fucking points. I took them on the money line, and man, they opened the game like down 12-0. I feel like it was something like that.
Yeah, we were texting about this one.
Yeah, I thought this was a great spot for Carolina. And if you can't get this, I mean, like Florida looks really good, so I'm not going to shit on them too much. But I'm saying, I think Carolina, when you look at what they've done, if it wasn't for that Dayton, 3, where the guy stepped on the line, this team would have no wins against really anybody.
Yeah.
What I will say is, man, you have a top 10 team basically coming into your basic home atmosphere. It was a home UNC game, right? And you start 2 for 20 from the field or whatever it was. He had 2 points in the first 6 minutes. To me, that's on coaching. You got to get the team up to play. And really, it shouldn't even be the coach having to do that. But that's just where I struggle right now. He couldn't acquire talent in a front court. That was obvious today. And just lackadaisical effort from the team early.
Yeah, I didn't really like the hire. I mean, I know he went to the Final Four, but yeah, I just don't think he's they could if you look at why the SEC has been so dominant, in my opinion, is they went out and got coaches that have proven that they have been very good. Chris Beard took Texas Tech to the national championship and was turning around Texas before that disaster. Jans had one at New Mexico State, one, just a good coach, one prior to that. And then obviously Bruce Pearl, say what you want about him in the tournament, or Rick Barnes in the tournament, but they dominate in the regular season. And I can't help but think, Barnes, when he was at Texas and at Clemson, they did have great regular seasons, so Todd Golden succeeded at San Francisco. Lamont Paris obviously was very good at where was he? Murray, right?
Chattanooga.
I always get their uniforms fucked up. Nate Oates, obviously at Buffalo. That's what I'm saying. So
Byington, McMahon, Dennis Gates, they all won their leagues and got to the tournament, and they've hired Calipari, Mike White. I mean, you go down the list, Porter Moser, he's had success. And Mark Pope at Kentucky now.
That's why you wonder if the ACC's fucking up by doing Hubert Davis and Shire. You know what I mean? Yeah. And perhaps some other coaches too in the conference. They got some old dead weight maybe with Hamilton and Larinaga. You just wonder. You wonder hey, why is I can't recall a time ever where the SEC was this dominant in basketball ever. So kudos to them. As another, I mean, what's the AC? And there was another game we'll get to in a little bit. What's that record on the season right now?
Well, somebody put it in our chat. It was ridiculous. They're winning 91% of their games to start the season. It was, they only have 20 losses, and everybody's played 10 games. It's crazy.
South Carolina has the most at 3.
And they beat Clemson today. We'll get to that game, but it's like even in games where we don't think they're like in the best spot to win, they're
what's the record against the ACC? Because they beat him.
That's what I was more so asking. That's what I was more so asking. Because obviously with Carolina,
32-4 or something. Have they lost to the ACC?
Something crazy.
Oh my god!
What? I think only 1 or 2, right? I think 2. There's only been 2 instances, I think.
And
they've
played so many games. They've played so many games against each other, and they just keep beating them game after game after game. It's like, good Lord. I mean, they got like a 40-game sample size. Duke and Clemson.
Yeah.
Duke beat Auburn. Clemson beat Kentucky.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, 8 shit there. North Carolina looks fucking terrible. Folks, what to tell you, the college basketball experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and I also host the College Football Experience, and we at SGPN and the College Football Experience are doing our first annual College Football Playoff Challenge because we actually have somewhat of a real playoff, even though I would like more than 12. We have home games on campus, which should have happened 150 years ago. But look, we're excited about it. All you got to do is pick sides and totals for every game, and may the best person win. $1,000 to the grand, is the grand prize there. Free to enter. So all you bozos in the chat, what are you doing? Even if you don't like football, just get on over there. Start picking games. It's like how many times in the NCAA tournament has your mom won the bracket challenge? You know what I mean? Like it's happened to me a few times. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CFP. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CFP. The year George Mason went to the Final Four, my mom won because she just picked George Mason because it was close to the house. She was like, I'm going to take George Mason. Right? She destroys everyone. All my friends watch 1 million hours of college basketball, and my mom just dominates. I also want to tell you that we're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all the sports. You can win up to 1,000 times the amount of money you enter with Underdog Streaks. Underdog is always making it easier to win with Profit Boost and Give Me Pick'ems. There's college hoops, college football, NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, NASCAR, CFL, everything. You can now use specials and boost on all flexed entries as well. So what are you doing? Sign up, and when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. Bieniek, you got anything you like on the board here?
Well, people are going to accuse me of being a homer because I'll go back-to-back with my 2 teams here. But there's only 2 games on the board right now. Memphis and Virginia, which I think most people know how game's going to go. Virginia's going to muck it up. Memphis won't score 80, but they'll get to like 65 or 70 and win that game, and none of the overs or highers will hit. So I'm going to take you to the Michigan-Oklahoma game. And what I'm going to do is actually Jeremiah Fears. We're going to go with the higher than 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. First game here in Charlotte was very, very fun to watch, and I think this one's going to be pretty much the same way because Michigan's defense at times has not been great. Oklahoma, I don't think, has been tested very well this season so far, and Michigan's going to want to play up-tempo, so I think they're going to take Oklahoma wherever they whatever kind of speed they want to go, and with that, give me the point guard for the Sooners higher than on his point totals because I just think that the speed, the tempo of the game will be a little bit faster than Oklahoma's played so far this season. So higher than 22.5 points, rebounds, assists.
There we go. UnderdogFantasy.com. You can find an edge you can't find elsewhere. Promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is a new social sportsbook available in 45 different states. There are plenty of betting opportunities available on Rebet. It's easy to use and absolutely fantastic for people in states where traditional sportsbooks may be restricted. California, South Carolina, Texas, all that good stuff. Download Rebet in the App Store. Use the promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $100. That's Rebet, promo code SGPN. All right, as we continue on this journey, recapping.
I have the number. I was tallying it up. They've played 33 games. How many games do you think the SEC's beat the ACC in 33 games? I may be 1 or 2
I'm going to
off.
say I'm forgetting. Yeah, I was about to say I'm probably forgetting 1 or 2. So I'm going to say 30-3.
It's 29-4. LSU has the 2 losses.
That's
to
ridiculous, dude.
SMU and Pitt in the Greenbrier, and then the 2 challenge losses. So LSU has the 2 losses. And I was like, holy shit.
It just
I
throw
can't
out
ever recall
random
that
variation.
dominant. Yeah.
It's dominance.
29-4
What other
against
matchups?
another league?
Yeah. What other matchups do they have this year?
I mean, they're kicking the Big 12's ass, but 33 games.
The Big Ten's got the best record against the SEC.
Yeah, I want to say the Big 12's 3-12 or something. They're terrible too, but 29-4.
When I checked the other day, we were 7-8 against the SEC. The Big Ten was.
Obviously, we have the tournament, but I'm trying to think in the regular season. Is there even any more opportunity?
No, we're pretty much done.
That's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
It's so many games too. They've had so many opportunities against them, and they just keep getting the shit kicked out of them. And you know what's crazy, Colby? None of the games are close either. A lot of these games aren't even close in some of these matchups.
And a lot of these, the 2 tonight were, but yeah. I tried to bring you with me. West Georgia covers the big number. Almost won it outright.
Yeah.
Get it done. Lose by 5 to the Clits. Bob Morris beats Towson by 1. Did you bet this?
Oh, my God. No, thank God. Although I would have taken Bob Morris, but Towson blew a 17-point halftime lead, 7-point lead with 2 minutes left. I just watched this game as an innocent bystander, and I was like, wow, that's a bad loss for Towson.
We ate shit with Siena. Bad play. Bad play.
Yeah, I gotta show
points.
My face on this one too.
They're a hard team to understand, man. They're all over the fucking place. First week, I was cashing on them. Then they started to look like shit. Then they jump back, and I cover a few with them. Whew. Just an asshole.
Mark Schmidt, do more with less. They're 11-1, and they were supposed to be the youngest team, no experience, and they're killing teams. Holy shit, he's a good coach.
Yeah, I mean, bad play. Shout out to Music Maker in the chat with a disclaimer. Appreciate you, Music Maker. Keep making those hits. Let's go. On a night where things were a little bleak, you could always count on one.
And may the Schwartz be with you.
We had 6 wins. This is one of them. Thank you, ECU.
This airport bullshit out of here. You come into Greenville. You're welcome. There was nothing that we couldn't do.
We set out to defend our name, and now we'll never be the same. Never be the same. 'Cause we believe.
It was like neck and neck for a while, but I knew. What do great teams do? They cover. They cover. And down the stretch, they made the plays they had to represent as the best team in North Carolina, by far. Get this Duke bullshit out of here. All right. Mac, your thoughts on the Pirates being the best team in the nation?
Desperate spot, needed that. They lost 3 in a row, so good spot at home to fade the airport. Good win.
I like that. That's a backwards compliment there. We should have bet Florida State. We thought about it. Thought the line stunk, but took Florida State. They drilled Winthrop by 18. And I believe you bet this game. I did not, but Oakland and the points against Michigan State. How did you hit this? I thought you had this.
It's a fucking 1-point game at half. This game was a single-digit game the whole game. Oakland had an injury in the fucking pregame warm-up, so they ran out of gas, but it still was the right side. I ran out of gas. The Grinch sweater vest did not get me across.
Yeah, I didn't come in on this game last night because I just watch this game every single year. Oakland plays them tough, and the wheels come off late. It just you root for little guy until like the little guy just kind of gets stiff armed at the back half. Hilarious clip from the post game interview in the press conference.
This is great.
You guys want to watch this?
Yes.
It's 2 minutes of unedited fun. The one that went viral was edited audio. They cut out some bits that were just absolutely hilarious. This is the entire clip. Have fun and enjoy.
This is great.
YouTube.com/college experience. Hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah.
Sit down, Camp. You bought the ugliest sweaters I've ever seen, and for the first time in your life, you paid for them. So I'm really happy about that.
The hard part was I didn't want to embarrass him, so I had to buy two, so I didn't give him a shirt one that was too small. You know, I gave him a small one, I gave him a double, and I knew he was going to wear the double. But
I was just saying, why do you think you didn't play? I'm going to interview you because some of these guys they're not that good anyway. So why do you think second half?
That's accurate.
We wore out, and not having. And I'm not saying we're going to win because of it, but our best rebounder and second best scorer got hurt. You know, I know the Lions are struggling right now, but my God, how do you get hurt in warm up? Right?
He comes up to me 2 minutes before the game. He says, my kid, I don't even know his name. I just say number 12.
I don't know it either.
For real,
okay.
I don't know it either.
Never something.
Never something. He said he's hurt. I said, what do you mean he's hurt? He ain't going to play. I said, what are you talking about? First thing I said to him walking down there, number 7.
I couldn't remember. The reason I looked funny at you is I was thinking.
He doesn't remember names.
Number 7?
He doesn't remember numbers.
I don't even
and Jennifer, you think I'm as old as him? I'm not. So.
Yeah, but he's 70 next month.
Boy,
he's a year old.
This is
11 months.
I come down here and I get roasted.
But you always win.
But you know what? I have, and I keep asking myself, if you're in Vegas, the odds are against me because they played us well 99% of the time, and but I'm happy for you. I think you're going to be really good, and I'll get out of your hair. And thank you guys. Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen the coaches wear the exact same shirt every game before? It's the first right here at Little Caesars.
Me and Camp, boy, brothers for life.
And they think we're old, right? They think that we can't relate to these young
we should have come up with some real music playing and everything, huh?
You got glasses?
Oh, yeah, I got glasses.
I'm supposed to, but I don't wear them.
You got Coke bottles that they put in there. Hey, thanks. I'll talk to you.
All right. Great win.
It's fucking incredible.
It would have been great if after that he said, "Fuck that guy."
Those guys are great. Those guys are great.
Yeah, it's fun to see it's fun to see their friendship. But that's what I would have done. He walked away and been like, "Fuck that guy," you know. But
what is it? 23-0 now. 23-0 against him.
I mean, it's fucking Oakland, dude. They were a D2 school when they started the series. So.
Dude, Campy's almost got him a couple times, like Izzo said.
I remember like 3 or 4 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. I think they went to overtime.
Yeah.
So
man, tough beat there in this game. This game, I actually believe was the best game of the night, in my opinion. And I want your, I know we were all on Clemson. Bieniek, you can jump back here. This game was awesome, but I didn't think that was a goaltend. Am I crazy?
No, I didn't think it was goaltend.
I thought it was.
How did they review that? How did they review that? Really?
Yeah, I thought the ball was coming down, and I had Clemson.
I didn't think so. But yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, "Am I blind by my Clemson bet?" But I didn't think it was. But I don't know.
I didn't think it was, but I thought South Carolina was better tonight. I thought that
this place was great, right?
Yeah, they hit him in the mouth, and their young guys made shots in front of that building, and
they fouled out the Clemson front court. You give them credit.
It took Hunter making some crazy ass shots to force overtime. Other than that, I mean, the game should have never went to overtime. So good win for the Gamecocks. You're the Gamecocks in the Palmetto State. They own Clemson this year.
Yeah,
seriously.
I have to take notes for the baseball series here coming up.
That was the best game, right?
Yes.
That game was awesome. That game, I thought every second of that game was awesome.
That
I
and
have to
Drake.
own up to it because you walked away last night when we started picking the slates or whatever. You I don't know I forget what you were doing, but you were like, "All right, tell us about the slate real quick, and I'll be right back." And I said it was underwhelming. Games were over the top tonight. There were a couple of them that went to overtime, a couple of last second shots. Games delivered today. Basketball was fun to watch.
Yeah. Colin B agreeing with us on the block. I'm with you though. I still thought South Carolina outplayed Clemson for what it's worth, but I just thought that call, obviously, the game would have probably potentially gone to another overtime. George Mason gets drilled by Duke, but man, for a little bit there, they were hanging tough. Your thoughts? Did you bet this?
I read it on the pregame show. I took Mason. I thought I should have hit this, to be honest. I did not think that Duke was 20 points better tonight. They kind of went through the motions. Would they end up winning by 20 on the dot, I think?
21.
Yeah. So I another one that I kind of basically got hooked on.
These Virginia schools had a tough trip down to the Carolinas because JMU got drilled by Wake Forest.
They had a
This was
halftime
a
lead.
7-point spread. Yeah, 7-point spread. They lose by 17. Didn't bet this.
Yeah.
My biggest regret is not locking this game. And when I mean not locking it, not playing it on the fucking money line. Holy Cross 70, the Aqueduct Quinnipiac 69. Why did we not bet this?
I know it. I was thinking
Why
the same
did we
thing.
not bet this, man?
I'm
Oh,
kicking
man, that's
myself.
on me.
Should've.
That's on me.
Should've.
Also, Marist took down Stony Brook. I took Marist, didn't bet it. And then how about Dayton? Wow. Almost ate shit there as an 11-point favorite against UNLV. Yeah, won 66-65 in a really good game. Didn't bet any of those. Jacksonville State, for a minute, looked like they were going to knock off Mizzou, but Mizzou down the stretch in the SEC, continues. I know this is a shittier game, against the Conference USA foe, but still, for a minute, it looked like Jacksonville State could win this outright. They cover. I think we picked this correctly. Did you bet this? You didn't bet this, right?
No, I did not bet this.
Yeah. But I think you bet this one. And you tried to bring me along, and I couldn't do it. Maryland wins by 1,000 again against St. Francis. Good God. Who is this Maryland team?
I don't understand how they keep doing this. They've never done this in the past. Yeah. This is the first time I tried to go against Maryland on one of these big numbers, and I ate shit on this. Good God.
Also, huge win here for the Kangaroos. They went hopping around into the Koch brothers arena and beat Wichita State by double digits. What? That's a huge win for the program.
I know it, man. Fuck. The Kangaroos, another good team in the Summit. Summit's having a good non-con.
They are. We should have bet. I think we considered betting this one, but we didn't. Mississippi State wins by 24 against CMU. Gosh, how did I not pull the plug on that? And then I did bet this one, and I ate a bundle of shit because Villanova wins by 12 against Seton Hall.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we're right there. I mean, Nova was certainly way better than Seton Hall today, but still, just a couple shots down the stretch. But your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Villanova played well again at home, made shots, and Seton Hall didn't. Seton Hall, they're a tough team when they fall double digits behind because they just can't score. So they're one of those teams that got to drag it in the mud. But if they get behind, it's tough.
Ohio State covers by a half a point against Valpo.
No bet.
Yeah, and then I think you went on this one because you were trying to talk me into this one. But Lamar keeps the magic alive, goes into Hattiesburg, and wins by 4 and covers against Southern Miss. You bet this, right?
Yeah, Southern Miss has the ball down 3 with 7 seconds. The guy gets his fucking pocket picked at the half-court line, and Lamar dunks it at the other end. I'm like, good Lord, I can't catch a break right now. Oh, it was the right handicap, but it didn't get it done.
Matt couldn't get the pocket pick in football, and then got his pocket picked in basketball.
That's bullshit.
Then, Mac, I'll just give you the floor on this one because I didn't bet this game. But Auburn and Georgia State played a game tonight. At the half, Auburn was up by 12, and you were getting 40?
40 and a half. 40 and a fucking half.
And they lose by 41. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The 22-point game with 6 minutes left. Auburn did not lead by 30 until 3.5 minutes left in the goddamn game, and they kept pressing at the end to cover this spread. This is the biggest fucking corrupt program. I want that program investigated. There's no way they should have fucking covered on that game. My
Rob
Lord.
Donaldson in the chat saying it was 28. It was a 28-point game with 3 minutes left, and they won by 41. That's a dickhead move, though. Like, if I'm Georgia State's coach, I'm telling Bruce Pearl, hey, fuck you, dude. Yeah. And then they got Bieniek. Paging Dr. Bieniek.
This one wasn't good.
Lock battle win for Dundee.
Almost backdoored our way into this.
Drake, 73. Get this Kansas State bullshit out of here. I can't believe this game went to overtime. Thought I had it. I thought I had it before that. I needed this one. Drake Bulldogs. I played this on the money line. It was a shitty money line, but still better than
it was 1 point.
Yeah. It was like 105.
He just said fuck to 1 point.
106, I think. Your thoughts on this game? Because K-State, is Jerome Tang going to make it? I think he's going to get another year. Yeah. I think he'll get another year after this year, but I do worry long term.
He's rubbing people the wrong way there. I do know that. And when you pay all this money for this roster, you need to produce. And I know Drake made some crazy ass shots to start the game. I mean, the fucking one kid fucking like did an up and under like at the buzzer of the shot clock and banked it in. And I was like, oh my God.
Mascari was out of his mind.
He made 5 in a row to start the game, and they were hard shots. I knew K-State was going to come back because that wasn't sustainable. But then K-State doesn't finish at the end. They had a 4-point lead with 3 minutes left. Drake made all the plays, and what a start for Ben McCollum here. 10-0 to start his Drake era. Unreal.
Hell yeah.
It's a great start. And yeah, I mean, this game was like fucking 29-6 at one point. So incredible that it even got to overtime here. So I feel lucky that I'm even able to call this like a close loss or whatever. But shout out to the Avetta World Tour as she once again runs into a listener. So we had Elliot Money and Avetta meet up today at the Drake Kansas State game. Just insane. What a run.
That's awesome.
That's
I mean, how many games in a row has she? Is she in the chat right now? How many games in a row have you been to? But definitely,
I think it's 3 nights in a row. It was Trevor in Green Bay on Sunday. It was Rob at Northern Iowa on Monday, and then in Manhattan, or actually this was St. Louis for Kansas State.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. That's badass. That's fantastic. Just fantastic stuff. I mean, going out and supporting college basketball, like in the
100%.
Like I love watching it with the studio and 10 TVs and stuff, but at the same time, nothing like going out there and getting boots on the ground. So shout out to both of them, but Avetta specifically for just continuing to go from town to town on this award tour here.
I want to say this too before we move on from the game. Hell of a showing from the Drake faithful too. When this thing was getting close, Kansas State, of course, is like loud as hell. But it being the neutral site, Drake showed up, and that's what you aim for, not like this what we're gonna see tomorrow with Michigan and Oklahoma, where they're nowhere near it. At least like this site is a short drivable for fans who have work during the day. Des Moines to St. Louis, you just take a half day, jog down, and there were plenty of Drake fans there. That was insane. That was very fun to watch.
Yeah, hell yeah. Good win by these Bulldogs. Unbelievable story so far. And then we had a triple lock with the Tops against Seattle. This was one of our best plays of the night. I think we gave it away.
My only win.
Yeah.
My best play.
13-point win. This Seattle bullshit out of here. Also, shout out to Bowie's Way Detailing. All right. He says, Moneyline Mac and Colby, I need 10 good picks from you. Love the channel. Never thought I would do a super chat, but a first time for everything. Let's go. Appreciate you, man. And check out Bowie's Way Detailing. If you're in, I'm assuming that's Bowie, Maryland. I was thinking it was Bowie, Maryland, but I could be full of shit.
Oh, B-O. Is that how Bowie's spelled? My bad.
That's how Bowie, Maryland is spelled, right? I don't know. Maybe I am saying it wrong. Let me know.
I was thinking Bowie's Creek. That's my fault. And I was like, that's not how Bowie's spelled.
Yeah, it's Bowie, Maryland.
Yeah. Look, if you're in the Maryland area, check out Bowie's Way Detailing. They'll hook you up. They'll hook you up with good, honest work. Check them out. Appreciate you with the $10. And we'll try to fulfill that with
Louisiana.
10 picks. Oh, shit. Okay. If you're in Louisiana. All right. What part of Louisiana?
Technically, it's Florida. He says he's in Florida.
He's everywhere.
All right. Look, I'm trying to. Yeah. Look, you need detailing. You hit up Bowie's Way Detailing and see if you're close to his location. Because he's the fucking man, and appreciate the $10. And look, they do it all.
So
over
I
there.
was right when I said Bowie, as in David Bowie. He says it's his last name. So perfect. Let's go.
Okay,
I was right.
Bowie. There we go. There we go. Shout out. So Bowie's Way Detailing. Good God, can I fuck up this? I was trying to do a nice thing, and now it's just Bowie's Way Detailing will hook you up wherever you're at. If you're in Florida, if you're in Louisiana, and wherever, just hit them up. Panama City. There we go. I've gotten drunk there. Look, Panama City, great place. Look, while you're going, look, it's always a fun time there. Even if you're like an hour away, drive over to Panama City. Let Bowie's Way Detailing do it for you. You can have a few cocktails on the beach there while they hook up, while they do that detailing for you. So do that. Check them out. And yeah, Bowie's Way Detailing. Appreciate you. Tennessee Tech did not cover against Western Illinois. Glad I didn't bet this. Leathernecks won by 3. Yeah. Next, shout out to someone in the chat that took Houston Christian money line yesterday. They won outright. Did you bet that? Nice. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we bet on the pregame money line. They were due, man. Craig Dottie's doing a good job there.
How about this comment too from Elliot Money saying we're at a bar right now. Hello from Johnny Cause, Avetta, Elliot, and Rocco.
Cheers.
There we go. Johnny Cause getting the shout out. Do they have us on the screen, or are you just like on your phone doing this? All right. You need to know these things before I shout out. I'll shout out
way too much.
Well, no. This is the thing. It's like I'll shout out Avetta, Elliot, and Rocco. I don't know if I should shout out Johnny Calls if they're not down for the calls and putting us up on the Jumbotron. Let's go. Shoot some pool. Listen to some college basketball experience. We've been on at bars before. All right. Some say it's better than Journey or something that they play at every goddamn bar. Anyway, Houston Christian.
Is this in Kansas City?
Kansas City, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm only seeing the one in Manhattan, Kansas, but I would think it's in Kansas City. I'm trying to look it up.
Shout out to Elliot.
Seeing if I got drunk there before.
Yeah, there you go. Texas Southern got drilled by Boise. I didn't bet that, but I would have gotten that wrong. We did cash on this. Double lock on the Highlanders or Radford. Getting that 11.5. And then I felt great about this. I am truly shocked by this outcome. We need to start having a serious conversation about UC San Diego. I mean,
what a fucking win. Holy shit.
As far as I'm concerned, this is the best win of the night for any team. They went into one of the toughest environments. And dude, they've been fire all year when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
these Tritons, 75-73. I literally felt really good about Utah State's chances last night laying that number. Can't believe that the Tritons came in there and got it done. Cannot believe that. Unbelievable. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just looking at UC San Diego's resume right now. So they have a 5-point loss on opening night against San Diego State, and they very well could have won that. Their only blemish where it's kind of head-scratching is they lost to Seattle at home. But other than that, they go to that MTE down there in Daytona. They beat LaSalle, JMU, Toledo. Then they win their first 2 games in Big West play. Now they go to Logan. I mean, Jesus. I mean, this is like an at-large contender. I think they're in the top 100 in the net, too.
Dude, they almost beat that game with San Diego State. I think it was the season opener. It was like a game.
Yeah, they lost by 5 and they led for a bunch.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they don't. I mean, this is a huge fucking win.
Dude, the Big West.
You know what's killing them is that loss to Seattle.
I know.
That loss to Seattle is the one killing them. Shout out to the great Rocco Miller.
Yeah.
And we're all over the Apple Cup tomorrow, man. I can't wait. Shout out to Rocco Miller. He does great work. If you haven't checked him out, well, you need to, because I mean, guy covers college basketball as good as any. So yes, shout out, and we can't wait for the Apple Cup on the hardwood. Yeah, UC San Diego, what a win. I mean, God, I thought there was no way. I thought, man, they're a good team, but there's no way you're going into Logan and you're winning that game, let alone covering. Unbelievable. We were right. I guess we made the wrong wager there. We bet on Utah State. We should have been betting on Utah because they drilled Florida A&M by 1,000. It was by 30, but still, what was that line? It was like 29.5, right? If memory serves me correct. No, I think it closed at 32. Yeah. So
speaking of closing numbers, do you see what Utah State closed at? They're like 10.5. We called it 7.5 last night on the show. So hey.
I was confident they were going to win by double digits. I was like, they're going to win by 15. Yeah.
Fucking give me a fucking knife so I can cut myself after all this CLV I keep losing.
I'll put it like this: like sometimes if you just power rank like the way you feel about certain games.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times I'm not surprised. Like I hit on what I feel like the strongest on. I know what I'm taking some chances on teams, but I felt great about Utah State last night. That was shocking. Absolutely shocking. LSU drilled Stetson. That game was over. Yeah, I saw Rob Donaldson share a great tweet for 42-7. Shout out to Rob Donaldson. Unbelievable. LSU, I mean, SEC dominance over the Hatters. UCLA put it on Prairie View by a trillion too. Dude, this one, yeah, I don't think an hour could explain Cal Poly Denver, but did take Cal Poly money line. Yeah, I'm on that game right now. So Cal Poly, I laid the 10. I think it was 10.5 or 10. They win by 1 against Denver. Your Pioneers, Bieniek, are playing ball.
Or they're down like 22. This is a terrible bet by us. I'll take ownership.
No. Our worst bet of the night was the next one. Our worst bet of the night was Sac State. Who is this Oregon State team? Wayne Tinkle has these boys playing ball 82-45.
I quit.
Dude.
They're top 50 in the net, dude.
I don't understand.
They have a legit at-large case, possibly, if they don't drop any dumb ones in the WCC.
Well, when you think about that, they were up like 18 in that Oregon game.
I know
they probably should have beat Oregon, and then they're like, if you had marked that as a win, the only other loss would have been at North Texas by 3. Wayne Tinkle, just when you think he's out, he pulls you back in. Unbelievable. That was my worst bet of the night. That was my worst bet of the night.
Siena probably was the worst. I said Siena probably was our worst.
No, Siena, but they've been like
house off the get-go.
But they've been. I think this one was worse for me because like Siena's been all over the place. Like I came into it thinking like, what Siena are we gonna get? You know what I mean? Like Jerry Maxson they're all over the place. So I knew that was a realm of possibility. I did not have Oregon State winning by just about 40 points against Sac State, even as a realm of possibility. So, yeah, to me, that's the worst. But I did bet Merrimack, and that helps. Merrimack at the points against Stanford. They only lose by 6 on the farm. Yeah. You didn't bet that game, right?
I took Stanford. Late slate killed me. I thought, well, it started off that Stanford, it looked like Stanford was getting ready to blow them the fuck out. And then Merrimack came all the way back and almost won the damn thing.
Shout out to Matt in the chat, rookie live chat here, or chatter here. Found y'all during the College World Series last year. Saw Ryan as a WVU fella. I'm from Omaha and been to many Jays games. Y'all got a good one and Coach, DeVries there and Q Country Roads. Let's go.
Cheers, brother.
There we go. Cheers.
Shout out to DeVries.
Game balls, man.
I
know. Yeah, that's your first one. That's to me, that's the best win of the night. And there's a lot of good wins tonight. Yeah. UC San Diego is Mac's first game ball. I will take you to South Carolina in the Palmetto Bowl, getting a rivalry win. Always a great fuck you. Like I said, the sweep, get him in football, you get him in basketball. Can they do it in baseball? We'll see. But yeah, very impressive. And that place was absolutely on fire tonight. It was a great game to watch. It was college basketball done well. Like that's why the home and home is just so much better. Like just seeing that place tonight, I was like, it made you want to watch every second of it. Second game ball, where are you going?
Never believe them when they say you got to have a bigger budget. Let's go to the game that all our guys and lady is that is at. Drake 10-0, dude. I mean, I thought they would be good under McCollum. I did not think that they would be 10-0 to start the McCollum era. And to beat K-State in that building, and there were, I know Bieniek shouted out the Drake fans. There was a shitload of K-State fans in the upper deck, so it wasn't a neutral site. I mean, that was like a road win, and to get it done, hats off to them. They're an at-large contender.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan. That tournament, that preseason, or that tournament in what was it, Charleston? Was that Charleston?
Yeah, they made a statement there.
Charleston. Ooh. They were super impressive then. That's when I became a big fan then. I'll go for my second game ball. Not far from there, Wichita. All right. Unbelievable win for UMKC. They go into the Koch Arena, take care of Wichita State, a team that had looked pretty darn good to start the season. And UMKC, who I know that we had some trouble with them, a couple times this year, but very impressive. Jamar Brown had a big game for them, and just a very impressive road win. That's a tough environment. So, yeah, give me them as a second game ball. Where are you going for the third and final game ball for you?
I want to shout out Houston Christian. Road win, first-year head coach Craig Doughty, new group. They've been playing better recently, going to Monroe, who had just had a big win, and take care of business. They were the better team tonight, so Houston Christian gets game ball for me.
Well, especially when you realize how shitty that program was before.
Terrible.
You know what I mean? Like, that was a awful program before. They didn't really ever, from my recollection, they didn't just go on the road and win games, really.
Yeah.
From my recollection. My final game ball will be fucking Holy Cross. Dave Paulson. What are they, 9-point dogs winning outright, 10, close to 10.5, winning outright against Quinnipiac. Great win for Dave Paulson, the former George Mason Patriot head coach. Yeah, let's go. Folks, want to tell you that the college basketball experience it's brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie's been running on SGPN for years, so check out the new and improved website. It's absolutely fantastic on mobile. Plus, they got props for every game, and the live dealer casino is always a bundle of fun. They got the new early cash out options as well. I'm taking Indiana in the points at Notre Dame Friday night in college football. Let's go Hoosiers. I think they stay within that number. They might even win it outright. Sprinkle a little bit on the money line there. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus, they're going to give you a little $10 casino chip to get your beak wet. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds to get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, props. You can copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard. You can just hit that copy button. You'll probably make cash because obviously the top performing models had been making cash. But I like to build my own model. You can do that there. Select what you like, and then Rhythm will adjust and build around that. You can now track props in the Rhythm app. They got college hoops. They got college football. They got NBA, NFL, everything. Rhythm has it all. Claim your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back. And we got a fire slate tomorrow, if I may say so.
Oh, yeah. Crack open a cold one. This is going to be a good one.
At 11 a.m., we're getting a classic. Fucking Dartmouth in Hanover, New Hampshire is hosting Lemoyne. Dartmouth's lay of 5. This Dartmouth team's been a darling of ours. Lemoyne beat him by 36 last year. But yet Dartmouth's favored by 5. I think we take Dartmouth.
You know me, man. I like the home teams in these games because it's going to be a lunch crowd. It'll probably be elementary kids' day, just with coming up on the holiday season. Get these fucking jackass kids out of school, get them to the game, sit down, have some popcorn, Skittles, and make some noise. Yeah, Dartmouth, let's go.
I'm doing an 11 a.m. parlay.
I am too.
And it starts with fucking Dartmouth. Next, and this line I see has gone up. Sacred Heart is now laying 3.5 as they host the Albany Great Danes in Fairfield, Connecticut there. I am taking the dog here. This is the one, right? I mean, Albany bit us. They've lost 3 straight, right? I think Albany is a better team than Sacred Heart. So I'm not only going to take, you know what, for my parlay, I'm taking fucking Dartmouth, and I'm riding the plus 135 with these Great Danes in Fairfield, Connecticut. Oh, let's go. What are you doing here? We battling?
No, I'll go against my kids' theory here because Albany opened as a favorite, flipped all the way through. It's gone up to 3. Yeah, give me Albany.
3.5. I see 3.5 right now, dude.
Fade the CLV here. Let's go. Give me Albany. Too many.
Little lunchtime parlay with your liquid lunch. Let's go. Moving along. Abilene Christians heading into Commerce, Texas, take on Texas A&M Commerce. AC's laid 8.5. Why is this line so short?
I mean, we did just have Commerce the other day. About back-to-back numbers around 7.5 failed to cover. I think they cover this one.
Abilene won by what, 19 last year?
Abilene's coming off. They've had quite a bit of time off.
I'll take the points. No bet. I don't like betting on the Chinese restaurant here. Next up, Mercyhurst. This I will bet. What the fuck is this? Binghamton is laying 7.5 at home against the Hospital 2.0? No. No. You know Binghamton is 315th in the nation shooting free throws. Mercyhurst at the Hospital, They have to pay attention to detail. 41st in the nation in free throw shooting. And then I just think some of the other numbers, like they're the better offensive rebounding team. They are just, to me, a better team. Their offensive rating is like 20 spots higher than Binghamton. Why the hell is Binghamton laying 7.5? Get this golf course bullshit out of here. I'm locking up Mercyhurst, and we're going to the hospital. Let's go. Surprised we don't see Bieniek here.
I'll join you here. Give me Mercyhurst. Give me the Lakers. Let's go.
Let's go.
Dog.
The real Lake Show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited to watch this next game. I like in-state battles. It's South Carolina State against South Carolina Upstate. From my experience, I'd only heard like Upstate really just referred to in New York. But South Carolina, I just love the fact there's a school called South Carolina Upstate. This line, talk to me about this one. And this is calling down 0.5 point, by the way. South Carolina State -1.5 is what I'm seeing. I mean, I think South Carolina State's a much better team. But I'm a bit terrified of this line. Give me South Carolina State, but I'm not betting this, even though I want to watch it a lot. What are you doing here?
I like Upstate. They've beat them actually 4 in a row here. Man, I'm tempted. I'm locking Upstate. They're going to win this game, right? Courtney Love, baby. Let's go.
Moneyline Mac locking up Sparty. I'm staying away from that shit. I'm just going to watch it. Sit back, watch it. Stonehill, the Graveyard, heading into Lowell, Massachusetts, take on these phony-ass Riverhawks. You know I will never lay 13 points with UMass Lowell. Stonehill, you can talk me into a lock.
Yeah, I mean, they played last year. I remember them playing last year, and I remember Stonehill, covering. It was a 15.5 point line. They lost by 6.
Yeah, Stonehill's 0-5 on the road, Lowell 7-0 at home, but that's just like 13 points.
Yeah, but they've failed to cover back-to-back games as a favorite at home.
Let's bet this.
Let's go, Stonehill.
I want this pilot. Where the hell's my sound drop?
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
All right, moving along. Fair Dick is in Philly. Take it on LaSalle and Fran Dunphy. Fran's laying 13.5. They did play a couple years ago, and LaSalle won by 26 points. Not sure how relevant that is for this game, because I think that was pre-Fran Dunphy, or it might have been year one. I can't remember. But, I mean, Fairleigh Dickinson is 0-7 on the road. I'm a Fran Dunphy guy. They're 4-0 at home. I just don't like laying a big, even when Fran was at Temple, I just don't like him as, I think he's a great basketball coach, but I just think it's just too much for me. It's just too much. Give me Fair Dick plus 13.5. No wager, though. What are you doing here?
Fair Dick, fringe lock. Check the picks page. They've covered 4 in a row. They have not won any of them, but they've been covering. I think this line's way too high for LaSalle.
You're locking this?
I'm gonna make up my mind tomorrow. Later tonight. Gotta feel it. Gotta feel it out.
Shout out to Rocco. He's asking our thoughts on the Marty Richter experiment at Upstate there. Yeah, I mean, he was at wasn't he at Dunk City when they had their run? No, but he was at Gulf Coast, I thought, when they had their run. Right? Wasn't he an assistant? I thought he was an assistant at Gulf Coast.
He was, and he also was at, where else was he at? He was a juke guy too. He was at Chipola. South Dakota, Bowling Green. Yeah, he's a good coach. He's gonna get it going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just you got to see him against more similar competition in conference play to know, because they've gotten drilled a couple of these bye games here.
Yeah. Yeah. But still, what about this one? Creighton. Michael Creighton heading into Washington, D.C. Ed Cooley. Clark paging the great Clark in the chat. The reason why I ask this is, what will the crowd be like? These Georgetown games, it's just growing up in DC and seeing what it is now.
Yeah.
This is at the Capital One Arena, and I'm like, man, how many people are gonna be at this game? But I love the Georgetown angle here with Creighton. Obviously, whenever they're away on the road, I like fading them often. But man, I just wonder, like, is this gonna be? Will this be even a Georgetown crowd? I feel like this, like, some of these games are so bad that it's like there's like 200 people there, So like, yeah. I'm gonna take the Hoyas, but I'm not gonna bet it. I know Clark's locking it up, and he's a Hoya fan through and through. What are you doing here?
I'll join you, Clark. Give me the Hoyas at home. I think they got some momentum off these last couple games, and Creighton back-to-back road spot, taking on Alabama. Now they're going up to DC. A lot of travel, and I think they're a little vulnerable. So yeah, give me the Hoyas. I think they're going to win the game outright.
I'm not playing it, but I'll offer some input here. Cooley did challenge the fan base, and I remember that because I was saying, well, you played Mount St. Mary's, St. Francis, Wagner, and Albany and UMBC. Like, nobody's showing up for those games. If the fan base is going to want to jump onto the wagon here and care and show that they're committed to this program under Cooley, they'll show up for the home opener. So that would be the angle for sure.
The problem is, though, I feel like you've seen this with a few different coaches over the years. Like John Thompson and John Thompson Jr., some years Junior had that thing going. But I almost think they should play all their games on campus.
Oh, it'd be
until they build it until they build it back to what it was, which is a fucking hard thing to do because Thompson was super elite. I don't know that it makes a lot of sense to be playing these games at the MCI Center or whatever the fuck they're calling this thing now. What is this again? The Capital One Arena. What's in your wallet? Nothing when you go to that goddamn fucking place. All right. It's like $20 a beer. Double lock on Georgetown. I'm not going to join them. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit this one out. Youngstown State's heading to Fairborn, Ohio.
Here we go.
Beautiful. Fairborn, Ohio.
You fucking with Bieniek?
Yeah. Wright State's laying 6. Wright State's laying 6, and you look, Youngstown. Talk about surprising.
Yeah,
they've been scoring the rock lately. I mean, when you really look at, they almost knocked off Q's at Syracuse. I know that Syracuse isn't much, but I'll take the points. I actually, by the way, this line's at 7.5 now. So this slide was made a couple hours ago. You can get Youngstown plus 7.5 right now. Should we lock this?
I'm torn. I think the game lands around 6. So I think I would probably actually lay it with Wright State. I think that they're a little farther ahead than Youngstown. Youngstown's overachieved lately, but I think they come back a little bit here.
I'm taking the points, but check the picks page. I might bet that thing. Longwood, heading to Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. Longwood. I mean, they look so good out the gate, and then Lavelle Moten comes into town and pulls off the upset. Now they head to Bowie's Creek to take on these Camels, who have been a darling of ours somewhat.
Yep.
Longwood's laying 2. All right, this is one. You look, Campbell beat them by 13 the last time they played.
That game was
Is this the right spot? Is this the right spot to jump back on Longwood after after a loss that they were decently favored in against Lavelle Moton and Central?
I think so. I think Longwood's the play. Them laying points. Yeah, let's go. Lay the wood.
Let's do it. Longwood -2. Looks like the Baltimore Stallions logo back in the day, CFL.
Lay that wood.
Continuing on this journey, Davidson's heading to Philly. Take on Temple. And these Owls. Who put that in my drink? Right? Little Bill Cosby appreciation day. Isn't he out of jail?
It's going to be corruption in this game.
How did he get out of jail? That's what I want to know. How did he pull that one off? You always got a chance. That's what they say. Temple's laying 2.5. The fuck is this line? I'm taking Davidson, but I'm surprised at this line. Are you surprised at this line?
Would you think Davidson would be favored?
I thought so. Especially they have a good record, so
8-2, yeah.
Thought they would cater to that some.
I'll take Davidson. I'm not going against Temple. I'm not locking against Temple, though.
Yeah, I'll take Davidson as well. Murray State is heading into Terry Holt. Get that Red Ryder BB gun. Murray State's laying 2.5. Should we bet Murray State?
They are off an overtime game. I think they are the better team. And you're getting Indiana State winners of 3 in a row. I think Murray's going to make a statement here. Let's go.
I just think they're a better team. Yeah, let's go. Double lock on these racers. Next up, we are going to Highland Heights, where the Norse are taking on my goddamn Hospital. Should we do a little Hospital parlay, Bieniek? A little Mercyhurst, Detroit?
I don't know if I'm
parlay.
as in. I don't know if I'm as in on the other hospital on the urgent care, but this hospital, yeah, I'm gonna go to the well here with Detroit. I'll take the 12.5. The Norse, to me, haven't been as good as they've been in years past. I know that this is their conference home opener, but again, those angles kind of a little out the door with winter break now and holiday break coming into play. And Detroit's been feisty this season. I think getting double digits is criminal in the Horizon League right now. I think this league is wide open.
I do too. Mac, you with us on this?
I will battle you. Give me the Norse. Detroit's falling apart. They're banged up.
He's such a Detroit
They've
hater.
been banged up.
I called out that Davidson one the other day and that Wright State one. They're finally coming back. They lost to Davidson by like 40. You're like, why is this line 15? Well, they lost by 40. Norse by 25.
We got a battle at Highland Heights. Dundee, Bieniek on these Titans. Mac on these Norse. All right, Bethune-Cookman's catching. Is it still 12? Let me just make sure. 12.5 I'm seeing now in Tampa. I'm on Bethune. You know me. I might even bet this. What are you doing?
I got
here?
a lot of eyes on Bethune last week. That Virginia filthy game, and then when they played my Mountaineers, they suck. I'll lay with USF. No bet. It's a regional game.
Manhattan is heading to Staten Island. Take on Wagner. Wagner's laying 3. Give me Manhattan. Get this road dub. What are you doing here?
You know me. I love my Jaspers, especially as a dog. Yeah, I like the Jaspers here. And a little regionality, baby.
This one, you want to talk about stink. Memphis is heading to Charlottesville, Virginia.
Oh,
This one, I was making the slide and I was just laughing the whole fucking time. John Paul Jones Arena. I don't know how many people will be here. School's out, and if you've been to Charlottesville, they don't necessarily like sport.
Sport.
Try to find a sports bar in Charlottesville. Good luck.
That video of Colby watching his national championship pick, Arizona losing in the first round, and him saying, "I hate sport," is fucking hilarious. Because that happened, and then UVA lost to Furman within like 15 minutes of each other. Oh my God, that day was incredible.
So they played last year, and Memphis won by 23 with Tony Bennett.
Yes.
Now they're going to this stadium, which I don't know what the crowd turnout will be here. And I'm sitting there like, why is this 5.5? This is the stinkiest game of the whole fucking day. I'm still taking Memphis because I don't believe these staples can go against Memphis. And I still can be talked into a damn lock. But I'm terrified of how the hell they got this number.
Do you know who
I can,
has on deck?
What'd you say?
What's that?
Do you know who Memphis has on deck?
Mississippi State. But still, Virginia.
Yeah, rivalry game. That's a rivalry
and
game.
Ole Miss. Yeah. And Ole Miss. They got the Mississippi's on deck.
Memphis knows what they have to do. I mean, this happens every single season. They dominate the non-con, and then they just fall asleep in conference play. And they fell asleep in the non-con against an Arkansas State team. This is Virginia. I still think they'll get up for this game because it's a high major program. And, Virginia this season against formidable competition. Tennessee, they lost by 22, 25-point loss to St. John's, 18-point loss to Florida, 12-point loss to SMU. KenPom has Memphis only favored by 4. So that's why this line is so short, and it's factoring in a 3-point home advantage for Virginia. As Colby said, not quite sure how passionate the fan base is about this season. This is kind of prior's data built into this. So, yeah, I think this is a total lock. Lock up the Tigers here.
I'll put it like this.
Virginia's going to win.
I'm staying off the lock. But if I hit that parlay, that liquid lunch parlay, I'm betting the shit out of this game.
You should already.
Back-to-back road spot. You said Memphis does what they have to do. That's a dangerous thing to say with the Penny Hardaway team.
I don't know how to get this number.
I explained to you how the number got there.
Penny is a dog. Back him. Penny is a favorite. Fade.
It's 5 at Circa too, and we love. I mean, the Circa is one of the sharpest books out there. But
the Staples will be sharp on their home floor. They'll get a good crowd tomorrow. They'll show up for Memphis.
Bieniek.
I mean, lock battle.
Lock it up, Memphis. Right? Are you locked?
Max on Virginia?
Yeah, I'd absolutely taking Virginia.
Lock battle.
Penny off. They made a graphic about how great that win was against Clemson. This is when you fade Penny in Memphis. This is Virginia 55, Memphis 50.
I'm staying away on this one, but I'm going to sit back and watch, most likely. Or if that parlay hits, I'll be a part of it. But block battle. Bieniek with the Tigers. Mac with the Wahoos. Right. Next up, this game, quite hilarious. Miami, Ohio, heading to Burlington Coat Factory to take on Vermont. Man,
hey,
I've gotten burned.
You want an angle for this game?
What's that?
The national championship. So they'll parade the soccer team into the gym during halftime or whatever, or during the first quarter or God damn it, first half. And this place will be rocking. I can promise you that.
Should we bet? I trust they're just not there yet this year, but like John Becker has done such a good job with this program. I'm like, at what point is it going to click?
Colby, I think we should.
Yeah,
I think we should bet Vermont. They've lost 3 in a row. They've lost some tough games here. And they lost a rare home game the other day. I think that this is when they start clicking. Conference plays on the horizon. Give me Vermont. Lock it up.
Oh, man. I'll go back to the Wells because I believe that their culture does matter. And I believe this gymnasium is a legit environment, especially after winning that. Yeah.
Can I say one more thing? Because now I'm locking it. This is a revenge game from last year. Miami, Ohio hit a crazy game winner on their home floor. This is the return.
I remember
game of
that.
Home and home.
I remember that.
Give me the Cats. Lock this up. This is a smash spot now.
I like this.
Because they're celebrating the banner, the national championship in soccer. It's their first team sport national championship ever in school history, other than skiing. And revenge game. Yeah, give me Vermont.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Triple lock on these Cats. Shout out to E Paris too. So what's up, guys? The best podcast for sports betting, hands down. The daily breakdowns are unmatched with information and dissection. All three of you do a great job constantly. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you being kind enough to take some time out of your day and write that. You know, 'tis the season to be jolly, they say, Mac.
Yes.
You want to get rich?
Is LIU playing tomorrow?
It's a short one. Well, let me tell you, the fucking Long Island Sharks are playing the Mount St. Mary's. They call them the fucking Mount. Get the fuck out of here. You're going to come up to Brooklyn and push this Shark team around? Get the fuck out of here. I'll tell you this right now. The Sharks are going to be mounting some broads back at the old Econo Lodge after this one because the Sharks are swimming heavy. It's the holiday season. You know, Brooklyn's always great during our fucking holidays. This one, my sister Teresa's going to be at a casserole. We're going to have it going pregame. And look, we don't got to worry about the fucking bus driver missing the goddamn stadium because there is no fucking bus driver here. We're there, all right? Maybe a little bit, actually, Long Island to fucking Brooklyn. But you know what I mean? The campus is it's at both, I guess. I don't know what the fuck they're doing there, but this is a smash spot. Mount St. Mary's, they've been playing good all year. They didn't cover last game, so they're dead to me. Meanwhile, the Sharks, they always cover. They go to Columbia, Missouri. They cover. Peter Luger's is going to stay open late. Just make sure you take the Sharks on the money line. Don't go for the 2.5 bullshit. Take the fucking money line. Calzones for everyone. Bada bing, bada boom. What are you doing here, Mac?
I'll join you. Let's go. Let's bet LIU. Back at home, off some of these tough road games, but they've been covering. I think they win this one outright. They get right here. They end the losing streak.
Double lock on these fucking Sharks. Look at this Mount logo. What the fuck is that? What are we looking at here? Look at a fucking beautiful shark swimming. It's got yellow shit on the fucking top of the shark from the pollution, from the beautiful pollution that New York City gives out. Yeah, love the Sharks here. Let's go. Next up, the American Eagles are heading to Philadelphia. Take on these St. Joe's Hawks. 12 points. We got to lock American. I'm not fucking laying 12 with St. Joe's. Let's lock American. I'm going there. Give me the 12. Fly high with the Eagles. Get this St. Joe's bullshit out of here. What are you doing here?
I'm staying away. They've had 2 weeks off, American. They have not played since that GW game 2 weeks ago. I'll lay it with St. Joe's, but I'm not battling you here.
I'll lock it up. Elon heading to Johnson City, Tennessee to take on ETSU. ETSU's laying 4.5. I could be talking to betting ETSU minus 4.5 here.
Yeah, Elon coming in red hot, but I think ETSU is I think they're the much better team, better roster, better athletes, and they've lost 3 in a row. But they all were on the road. Back in Johnson City, it's a roll spot here. Let's go. Let's go Buccaneers.
Double lock on these Buccaneers. Lay the 4.5. Moving along. The real Blue Devil. We got a battle of just good friends of mine. This is a tough one here, man. The real Blue Devils are heading to Fairfield, Connecticut to take on last year's best team in Connecticut, Fairfield. God loves Stags. And I think the line is telling you here that we got to take Fairfield. I'm not betting this game. What's that?
I want to bet Fairfield. They're fucking good at home, man. I'll get him. I'll take a short home dog here. Give me Fairfield. Lock it up.
I'm just going to take Fairfield and sit this one out, but I can't wait to watch it. Moneyline Mac, lock it up. The Stags. All right. This is a rivalry game here. If you don't know, the Capital Classic, one of the more legendary football rivalries. Richmond heading to Williamsburg, Virginia. William and Mary laying 3.5. I am on the Spiders, and I can be talked into a lock here because I think they're better than William and Mary. What are you doing here?
Why is Bill and Mary favored by 3.5 though?
One of Mac's favorite angles too. Bill and Mary's last game was on the 4th, so 14 days ago.
Yeah,
I was thinking because Richmond's winless on the road and William and Mary is undefeated at home.
I like Richmond. I know what I'm getting with Mooney. I think they get up here.
We should bet Richmond.
Let's do it outright. This is one.
Yeah, play the money line. Just play the money line with the Spiders.
Maybe I'll go this game. I don't know yet.
It's a fire slate tomorrow, though, Mac.
Yeah, I know, dude. If this was on like a Friday or Monday, I would definitely go because Bill and Mary's about an hour away, if that.
This is another good game here. Florida Gulf Coast heading into Wilmington. I went to this game a couple years ago. Wilmington is laying 6.5. I'm taking the points. Dude, you could talk me into a wager on Gulf Coast because they're 3-7, but they are better than their record, man. I mean, what?
Old, though. Like,
didn't they? Yeah, the Furman game, they lose by 3. They lose to LSU by 9. They lose to Drake by 2. I mean, come on, dude. They're so much better than the record.
Wilmington won at Gulf Coast last year by 16. I'm laying it with Wilmington. I like taking Wilmington at home, and they're off a loss at Howard.
The crowd does show up there. I'm taking Gulf Coast, though. I think Gulf Coast can play with them. Give me the points. You betting this?
Probably not.
Lafayette is catching 11 at the Colonials of George Washington. George Washington's laid 11. I mean, stop. Just stop.
Give
me the 11.
They're the king of the phony covers, though. I'm not betting against them anymore.
I'm taking Lafayette in 11. What are you doing here?
I'll lay it. They're good on this 10.5 number. I just have that fucking Army game still in my mind.
Next up, Austin Peay, the Governors, heading to Athens, Ohio. Ohio's laying 13 points.
Ooh, buddy, this is a freaking big line.
I bet Austin Peay the other day, though, getting a big number, and they got absolutely fucking destroyed. What game was that?
Yeah.
I think it was the Samford one. Or maybe it was ETSU, one of the two. I'm taking Austin Peay, no bet.
I'm going to lay with Ohio. The Govs got him in Clarksville last year. I think Ohio gets it done, wins by 15.
Northeastern is heading to Amherst, Massachusetts, to take on Frank Martin and UMass. UMass laying 1.5. The over-under at 149.5. Give me the Minutemen here. I will lay the 1.5 here.
Go back to the well here. I fade Northeastern on the road. They're giving me a reason to bet on Frank one more time. Let's go, Minutemen. This is.
I like it. I like the spot.
Yeah. It should be a good matchup. I mean, they have better athletes, but they got to make a fucking jump shot.
Were the other two regional little brothers good matchups too? Central Connecticut and UMass Lowell.
Central Connecticut's more athletic than Northeastern. UMass Lowell is.
How do we feel more confident in the Minutemen here today?
I don't think they're going to lose 3 in a row to these guys. I mean, they beat Harvard, they beat NJIT, they got a couple wins regional. I just don't think they're going to lose 3 in a row.
I mean, Frank Martin's calling out his team publicly. That doesn't get them to work. They only beat NJIT by 12, and then they lose 2 straight right after that. I don't think this UMass
They're
team
going to
has
get
it
better.
this year.
They're going to get better. He's too good a coach to just be a dud the whole year.
Do we have a battle?
Yeah, I'm taking a battle here. Northeastern's defense is pretty good under Cohen this season, and UMass can't make a shot for their lives right now. 306th in effective field goal percentage, second worst team in the country in shooting 3-ball at the line. They're 327th. Yeah, Huskies. They've been the better team this year.
Yeah, he's taking
I'm gonna battle you too.
Let's go.
I'm gonna battle you too. Let's go. Gandhi, Mac on the Minutemen, Bieniek on the Huskies. Let's go.
For the Bean Pot.
Shout out to Joey Jack. What's that? What did he say?
I said for the Bean Pot. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know if they do a Bean Pot for basketball, but it's a big thing in hockey.
Xavier is heading into Hartford, Connecticut.
No.
With no Zach Fremantle. UConn's laying 13.5. I'm taking Xavier in the points. What are you doing here? I could be talking to a lock.
I definitely think Xavier's the right side. I mean, we have not had UConn's won 3 emotional-ass games in a row. They go to Hinkle on Saturday. That's not a big look ahead, but I think UConn wins by 11. Let's go. Let's take Xavier.
I think UConn wins by 10.
Yeah.
Let's bet Xavier.
Xavier in the points.
Double lock on these Musketeers. Next up, Mercer's heading to Charlotte to take on Queens. Queens is laying 1. Give me Queens all day. Might even bet this. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I think we should bet Queens. Home team. They're good at home. I like Grant Leonard's team.
Let's do it.
Hey,
Bieniek.
No. Go ahead. Play your music. I only jumped in here because I was getting ready to place this and shop around. Northeastern, you can get them at 2.5 or 3. So I got shorted out of a point and a half.
Oh, no. Why is that line?
Yeah, this slide was made whenever Colby made it. Yeah.
Shit. Why do we have the CLV? God damn it.
2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, I made these slides.
What was Bieniek trying to pick it up? 2.5. He's trying to throw a 3 out there. 3's like minus.
Where's he getting this?
I said or 3 because it's circa, and I don't have access to circa. But 2.5 is what I got.
UMBC is heading into Hot Atlanta.
We got the CLV, Colby. We got the CLV on UMass. We're screwed now.
Georgia Tech's laying 13.5. I think we should actually lay it. Normally, I love taking the mid-majors against Damon Stoudemire, but I think this is one I actually think we should lay it.
God, they've been so bad, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
That
I think you're right.
Makes sense to me. Yeah.
It's fucking NBA guys. Yeah. Georgia Tech, lay it.
Southern Utah is heading into Edinburgh, Texas. Take on the Mexicans. Mexicans laying 2.5. Let's bet the Mexicans.
Yeah, I like it. Back-to-back road spot for Southern Utah. Actually 3 straight, but double road trip. I think Rio Grande gets it done down there at the border. Let's go.
Double lock on UTRGV. Let's go. My team this year, man. You get season tickets next year. This is another one that you could talk me into. UAB is laying 21.5 against Alabama A&M, but with the way they just lost, I feel I'm going to lay it, but I know this was an 11-point game a year ago, but I just feel like they need an impressive performance. I'm going to lay it. No bet. What are you doing here?
Yeah, who did they just have an impressive one? Prairie View. It feels like it could be that game. I'll lay it, but God, I don't want to bet them again. I hate them.
Next up, Evansville's heading to Arlington, Texas. take on these Mavericks. Mavericks laying 7.5. I'm going to lay it. I think they're going to put it on Evansville. What are you doing here?
I agree. I like fading Evansville on the road.
Next up, Toledo heading to Houston, Texas. Houston's laying 29.5 points.
Good Lord.
You know what? No, I'll lay it, actually. I was thinking about taking it. Because
Toledo's not the same team this year. Houston fringe lock.
They'll be good in conference play. Give them time.
Yeah.
But right now they're kind of dragging it.
Yeah, I kind of think this should be a big time beatdown. Hopefully Houston keeps their foot on the pedal.
2 losses to Horizon League foes is not really Kowalczyk's style. So, this team is just not great right now.
To counter
Tarleton
Andrew's
State
point in the chat, Houston has been good in the bye games outside of Troy the last game. They have fucked up basically everybody in their bye games.
I mean, shit. The most recent one against Troy was super impressive, only holding them to 42. And Hofstra, they beat them 80-44. Both of those are really good mid-majors.
Should we bet Houston?
I'm betting
Let's
Houston.
bet Houston.
It's a system play at this point against these bye games.
Let's double lock these Houston Cougs. Lay the 29.5 against a Toledo squad that's not normally like Toledo. So let's go. Shout out to Mike in the chat. He's gonna have to restart the show there you go. Appreciate you. Yeah. Hit that like and subscribe button, folks. Once again, if we don't get to 15,000 in the next 13 days by the new year, when that ball drops, if we're not at 15,000, we're unplugging. It's like Y2K. It's like your biggest fear with Y2K. The computers aren't going to be able to handle the clocks going to the year 2000, right? Everything's going to be unplugged.
Get a 28.5 too. FanDuel for Houston.
Even better. Get on over there.
Come on, man. We got to average like 60 a day. 60 a day. That's all we need.
900 people away. So look, you're going to meet up for the holidays. Just grab your uncle's phone, taking your son to sit on Santa's lap, talking to some people in line. You know what I mean? Tell Santa, jump on. Tell him I know a way where you cannot be Santa next year. Tail these guys, tail Dundee and Mac, and I guarantee you don't have these pissant kids sitting on your lap, sneezing in your fucking face. But anyway,
rig the system. Yeah, they're gonna unplug us, so we better get there.
What are we doing? Hit that like and subscribe button. Oh
fucking
man,
gas kid.
Why unplug if not 15,000? Because we are a failure, and all of the shows
I'm pulling.
They're showing more. They're paying more money. If you have 15,000 followers or subscribers, then YouTube's gonna let you pass. If not, they're charging you more money. Let's go. Let's go. YouTube.com/thecollegeexperience.
This was good.
Hit that like and subscribe. There you go. If you haven't seen Three Amigos, what are you doing with your life? All right.
Chris Anderson saying that January 1st, the college basketball experience is going to be hosted by Troy Tuning, Patty C, Jose, and Noah's LeBaron. So I responded with,
they'll be doing it from your LeBaron.
Probably. But yeah, that was a great post. I saw.
Shout out to Josh. I appreciate Josh saying, "Motherfucker, I subscribed my wife, my daughter, her pretend boyfriend, my burner account, my dead grandpa's account." Let's go. Rig the system.
We're here to inform you that TC is not going anywhere. If we don't get the 15K, Troy is definitely in to host with Patty, Jose, and Noah's LeBaron. So the show's not going to go anywhere.
The show might not go anywhere, but you won't have the talent of Moneyline Mac, myself, Bieniek. We're all gone. All right.
Yep. You're Troy.
Which
there's nothing wrong with Troy. Troy's awesome.
And like I said, then we're just gonna we're gonna be, like the early
Pure
stages
Ruckus
of hip-hop,
TV
where
asking for White
can only
Tiger to
find
host.
it.
He wanted to host
White
at the beginning
Tigers-
of the show.
White Tigers, he's with me here. So we're gonna be underground. We'll occasionally meet up at your local dive bar in random cities to talk about college hoops, but it's gonna be hard to find us. I'm just telling you.
Cannabis Capper's
It's
asking
like-
for a Julio show.
All right, let's jump back to these games. That's a lock though on those Houston Cougs. Shout out to Cannabis Capper. Tarleton State's heading to Stillwater, take on these Cowboys. Cowboy against Cowboy. I got one guy's riding a purple horse. The other guy's got a mean mustache that says, "Hey, fuck you." All right.
Shall we fade Gillespie off his Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'll lay the points with Oklahoma State. No, I'm not locking it though. I don't like laying 21.5 with Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I'll lay with OK State. I may talk myself into it by tomorrow, but yeah, it's Tarleton's on the right side here.
Next up, these logos right here. When I was building this slide, this was just like, man, this is beautiful. It's a fucking masterpiece. Put this up in the goddamn Hall of Fame. All right, put this up at the Naismith. What is it? The Hall of Fame? James Naismith's fucking grandkid's house. I don't fucking know. Springfield, Massachusetts. Put this up there. This should be there. Mississippi Valley State is catching 36.5 against North Texas. North Texas only scores like 38 points a game.
Oh,
Guys,
shout out to Josh.
I locked Mississippi Valley State against Kansas State. I'm 1-0 betting the Delta Devils. I'm taking you back to it. As Colby said, North Texas this season, their highest point total is 80. It came against Evansville. They also beat Wayland Baptist 80-38. It's an NAIA school. They only beat an NAIA school by 42. They somehow survived against D2 Texas Wesleyan when they were losing in the second half for a good bit of that, a good chunk of that second half. They only beat Texas Wesleyan 73-66. They have lost back-to-back games. I expect this to be a little bit of a stomp spot after more than a week off here. But 36.5 is fucking absurd.
We got to bet the Delta Devils. This is it.
Yes. Back to the well.
the total is
Back
122.5. The total is 122.5.
Look, if
North Texas
you
wins
can
8,
get,
I'll lay it. No bet. I'm not betting this.
look, I'm betting
this.
this. Yeah,
I'll bet this.
Mississippi's. All we're asking is 44 points because North Texas equals their season
defense,
total.
though.
Yes, but if North Texas equals their season total, that's 80 points. All we need is 44.
They're talking too much shit on Twitter.
They
It's
did
their
hold
parody
Wayland
account, though.
Baptist to 38. I'm
Yes,
with you.
I know.
Double lock.
But that was an NAIA school. So,
Double lock on Valley State.
yeah.
Let's have some fun.
So here's the teams that Mississippi Valley State scored 44 points or more against: Iowa State, Kansas State, Utah, Santa Barbara, Liberty. We can do this.
I believe it. I believe we can do it. We can do it. I can't believe I just bet that game.
And one more thing. Bet it before it tips because it'll probably go up.
Yeah. Northern Illinois is heading to Normal, Illinois. Northern Illinois, by the way, on the verge. Their football team's going to join the MAC. And I think their basketball program, the Summit and the Horizon, is fighting over Northern Illinois right now.
Why?
Mac, I saw this line and thought we got to bet Northern Illinois, right?
It definitely seems like the right spot. Just because Illinois State is coming off that big win against St. Louis. They got a trip to Cornell coming up. It kind of feels like a sleepy spot. Northern Illinois loses by 13.
Let's bet it.
Let's go.
These Huskies. And may I throw out a potential state of Illinois parlay. But before we do that, we have Wofford heading to St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis is laying 7.5 points. I am taking Wofford in the points. What are you doing here?
Oh, I like St. Louis here. Bounce back off that disappointing game. I think Wofford's way overrated.
I'll take Wofford in the points. No bet. You're betting this?
Yeah, play my music. St. Louis by double digits.
St. Louis minus 7.5 from Moneyline Mac. All right, part of my Illinois parlay, Northern Illinois with Bradley, because San Francisco won their game against Loyola in Milwaukee. I am betting Bradley minus 1.5 here. Let's go. You in?
Yeah, this is at Carver. I'm not going against Bradley at Carver in Peoria. So, yeah, all over Bradley. Let's go. Maybe favorite play of the day.
Double lock. Shout out to AOD. He goes, man, I'm drunk as shit. Let's go.
Nice.
Cheers to you. Yeah. 'Tis the season. Canisius is heading to Chicago as well. We could do it. You do a 3. No, I can't bet on. I can't lay 24.5 with Loyola Chicago. Give me Canisius. What are you doing here?
I'll lay it, but I ain't betting it. Canisius is so fucking bad.
The Citadel is heading to Nashville, Tennessee to take on these Doors. They're catching 29.5 points. I am taking the Citadel. This line's crazy, man. What are you doing here?
Don't fuck around with these SEC teams in the bye games. They kill these teams. I ain't going against them anymore. I'm done trying to fade the SEC on these bye games or just games in general. I'll lay it.
Appalachian State's heading to Lafayette, Louisiana. This one made me hesitate, man. We've gotten burned on Louisiana a couple times. They cashed for us once.
Yeah. Let's go back to them.
I think Louisiana's the play here, right?
Yeah, I don't trust App State on the road either.
Me too.
Yeah. Give me Louisiana one more time. The Cajun Dome. I refuse to take
double lock.
Fucking bad. And
double lock on Louisiana.
It's a conference opener.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. New season for the Raging Cajuns.
This game had me hesitate, and I had to go to both. I was looking off of the Score app and then ESPN, and then I said, is this accurate? I had to go to both teams' websites to make sure this was accurate. Alabama.
This is the Grant Nelson going back to his home state or where he started playing college ball.
So it was like part of the NIL thing. He's like, hey.
I don't know. He played for North Dakota State, but yeah.
Weird. Alabama, it's awesome, though. I think it's great for the sport. I wish more teams would do this. Because if you're in Grand Forks,
North Dakota.
If you're in Grand Forks, North Dakota, like, this is your chance to see Alabama. I think, I personally, when you play a 30-game season, like, I can understand some of the argument in college football when it's a 12-game season. Every team should do this. Every team should do this. I think this is great for the sport.
They'll point to Rutgers losing in Kennesaw and say, maybe not the best idea to do it. But
if every team did it, it would be okay, right? But
yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Shout out to Lavelle, 3 new subscribers. Appreciate you, Lavelle.
There we go.
I mean, North Dakota was so bad last year. They're kind of fun this year, but they're playing Alabama. Give me the points because of the sympathy play. They're going to call off the dogs. Give me the points. Mac, what are you doing here?
I'm locking North Dakota. Alabama just got done playing Creighton, North Carolina, Oregon, Rutgers, Houston, Illinois, Purdue, all in a row. This is the one that they're going to sleepwalk through and win by, 18? Give me North Dakota. Let's go.
Moneyline Mac. I might. You know what? I'll join you just because I want to watch it. I want to see the fan turnout. I want to see.
Yeah.
Let's go. Give me North Dakota as well. Butler. I got another lock here. Butler's getting 14.5 at Marquette. I'm taking the 14.5 with Butler. I think Marquette wins by 8 or 9. Give me the 14.5 at Thad Matta. Mac?
Butler won at Marquette a couple years ago. Remember that?
Last year, was it, right?
Was it last year or 2 years ago? Yeah, I like Butler a lot here. I think they're live in this game. They play up to their competition. They play down, like you said.
Yeah. I had this one circled right from the start. I was like, whoa, give me this. 14.5 is too much. All right. Michigan is in Charlotte, North Carolina, of all places. They're laying 2.5 against Porter Moser and undefeated Oklahoma. I think this is where Oklahoma goes down. I know you've been projecting this for like the past week. You've been eating crow. This is where I had this one circled. I think Michigan's going to beat them. I think Michigan gets them. I'm laying the 2.5. I think the line is telling you this. Give me Michigan to win by 4. Mac?
Let's go. Let's go, Blue. Give me Michigan. Give me Michigan. They already lost to the SEC at Arkansas. They almost came all the way back. I think this is the one they get done. Let's go. They're laying points for a reason.
Bieniek?
I don't feel tremendously good on the side here in this game, but of course I'm going to be watching it. And like I said, for the underdog promo, there was a reason why I felt pretty good about taking some overs on player props for Oklahoma. That's because I think this is going to be a pretty fast-paced game. I've watched Michigan pretty much every game. They're out of control with the tempo. Turnovers are crazy, but the games are high-scoring. Oklahoma this season, 4 games against power conference competition. The only game that did not go over this total was the Oklahoma State game. All 3 neutral site games, Providence, Arizona, and Louisville didn't go over. But I just think Michigan's going to try to make this a little bit of a track meet. Oklahoma hasn't played these type of games yet this season, and I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game because Michigan's defense, I still think, is a little bit suspect. So give me a game in the high 150s, 160s, another cocktail napkin total play. We're going for 5-0 this season.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you were going to triple lock this with us.
I don't feel so great about the side here.
Mac, you want to bet this?
Yeah, I'll bet Michigan.
Let's bet this.
Line's
Wolverines
solid.
-2.5. Let's go. Double lock.
The one angle I think you could have is I think Michigan's going to have more in the building than Oklahoma.
Oh, way
Just-
more.
Just
Oklahoma's
based
up-
off of the first 2 years of this Jordan Invitational.
Yeah.
One of my favorite comments yesterday where they were talking shit on our page was all these guys do is just pick games. Fuck. They're just picking games. You just summed up the whole show.
Thanks for tuning in, dumbass.
I just love that. He's like, what the fuck? You guys are just picking games. Yeah. That's what our blueprint was on this show. Hey, what if we do this show? We just pick games. That's how, look, I'm no savant over here. I'm just sitting here and I was like, hey, Mac, actually, before Mac came on board, I was like, what if I just pick games and I hit record? And that's how the show started. So your assessment was 100% accurate. And if only life could be so simple. Idaho is heading to Davis, California. Davis laying 6. Jim Lesson Company. Dude, I keep getting burned on Idaho this year, man.
I know.
I think.
I like Andrew's content strategy here. He goes, stop fucking picking games. Maybe that helps.
Let's talk about nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's just talk. You been to Davis, California? They got a lot of money in Davis, California.
Talk about
They got a
the
lot of
space
money.
program. Talk about the space program. Yeah, give me I'll lay it. I'm done with the Idaho experience for now.
Me too. I'll lay it too. No bet.
Just lean. No picks, just lean. Lean everywhere.
I think we should I think we should bet this. I think Arizona's going to destroy Samford tomorrow. I think we should lay the 19.5.
The line is telling, but god damn this Arizona team. This is going to be a chaotic pace. I'm with you. I think Arizona wins by 20 plus. Let's go. Wildcats.
Double lock these Wildcats. Let's go.
Wildcats.
Oh, Hitler. He's in Spokane, Washington. Nichols is headed to the kennel. Hitler, he made lots of trips to the kennel to get those damn German shepherds on board with his attack. All right. And so maybe if anyone can get it done, it's the Fighting Hitlers of Nichols. We got to take the Zags. They've lost back-to-back games.
Hitler's about to get run over tomorrow night. Lock up the Zags. I think they're going to destroy them. They are due for a get-right spot. They have not played a home game in forever, it feels like.
Yeah, let's do it.
A true home game, that is.
Lay the big-ass number with the Zags. The Blitzkrieg will get defeated in Spokane. All right. VCU. What the hell is this, by the way?
At the Pit.
They're not losing back-to-back games at the Pit, right? Did they play one in between? I don't think they did they?
Listen, VCU's good. They're getting fucked.
They played
drilled.
Western New Mexico. Yeah.
They're getting drilled tomorrow night.
Yeah.
The Pit.
One of the ones that just lit up to me. New Mexico's going to fuck up VCU. Lay the 3. Double-digit loss. Oh, this one's going to be pretty brutal. Bieniek?
I'm not locking this. I have a question for you guys, though. New Mexico 347th in perimeter defense against the 3-ball. VCU takes the 12th most 3-pointers in the country. Interesting, something to watch for tomorrow's game there.
Can they make shots at the Pit? Because this is their first true road game, and I don't think that they'll make shots at a high clip on the road. First game.
High altitude game too.
Precisely why I'm not betting it.
Yeah.
I think you should be betting it. You should be betting on New Mexico because they're going to fuck them up. Let's go. Next up, Utah Valley. It's heading to Pocatello to take on Bieniek's boys, the Bengals of Idaho State. Give me Utah Valley. I don't trust this Idaho State. What are you doing here?
Bieniek should have a play on this, shouldn't he?
I like the Wolverines too.
He came in all hot there. Give me Idaho State. No bet.
Kennesaw State's in Santa Clara taking on the Broncos. Santa Clara's laying 13.5. No. Give me Kennesaw on the points. This is a sleepy game for them. What are you doing here?
I was going to say, Santa Clara's been playing really, really well lately. This kind of feels like we should bet Kennesaw. They're playing really
Fringe.
well. I'll see you later. Yeah, Fringe.
I'm up. I'll jump into that.
Yeah,
Montana State. Yeah, it stinks a little bit. Montana State's heading to Riverside, California, where the Highlanders. I almost said the Bears. The Highlanders are laying 1.5. Give me Riverside. Fun game. What are you doing here?
Yeah, it feels like a side you take the home team here. I will. I'll ride with Riverside. I like you said, I like both these teams.
Yeah, I might end up betting this too. Tell you the truth, it's fringe. If I'm up on the day, I'm gonna spray the board on some of these late games. Bakersfield's heading to Portland, Oregon. Bakersfield's a 1.5 point favorite. No, give me Portland. What are you doing here?
I'll take Portland as well. I'll dog it up here with the Pilots.
This game we should talk about. Shout out to Mike. Dundee knows these Cali teams. Let's go. I do. I'm a bit, Bieniek behind the scenes calls me a Big West specialist. That's what it's. He's like, that's that big wet specialist Dundee. What were you gonna say here?
Is this like a challenge? It feels like we got a lot of WCC Big West matchups going on.
Oh,
Maybe
you might be right.
Yeah, I'm checking.
I think you might be
Actually,
right.
ESPN's lazy ass app is actually pretty good at that. No, they don't have it labeled.
I like Santa Barbara here, and actually, this line's gone up to LMU. LMU's favored by 2.5. I think Santa Barbara gets him here.
Santa Barbara is struggling recently. Yeah, I like Santa Barbara here. I like fading Loyola. They're not very good.
I mean, they needed a buzzer beater against Prairie View. I would say that's struggling too.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'll take the 2.5. I'm probably going to bet this. You want to bet this?
Can they beat him back-to-back years there? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
go.
Barbara.
UC Santa Barbara plus 2.5. Bet this. Only a few games left, folks, and Northridge is heading to, well, probably, I guess, out of the valley, over, taking the 405 to the 10, right into downtown LA to the Galen Center to take on USC, and I'm taking Northridge. And I was thinking about this, Mac. It's not crazy to play the money line here.
No, it's not. I mean, USC, they just got up and beat the shit out of Montana State and Washington. I think they come back down a little bit here. I'm going to lock up Northridge as a dog.
I'm with you. Give me the points in Northridge. I don't even think it's that. I mean, what is it? Plus 420, I think it is.
It's funny Colby brings this up, too, because once upon a time in 2023, on the date December 19th, so just one day after what would be the day this game's played, Northridge beat, UCLA. Outright.
That's what I'm saying. You get these little brothers that are super chippy, and you watch USC, and they're just like, they're all over the place. Some days they look pretty good. Some days they look fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I think they could be live. It's not a crazy money line sprinkle there. Next up, Portland State is in Stockton, California, taking on Pacific. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
This is I think one of the hardest games of the night to cap. I'm going to take Pacific minus 3.5. What are you doing here?
No bet. Yeah, I'll take Pacific. No bet. They've lost 3 in a row. Get right at home.
And then we have the Apple Cup to end the night. They should still be in the same conference. You filthy, filthy pieces of shit. They should still be in the same conference. They should still play twice a year. And they should be conference games. I'm locking up Washington State here. They're catching 2.5. I'm taking it on the money line. I think they're better than Washington. Let's go. What are you doing here? Are you riding with this droopy-ass dog? Doesn't know what the hell's going on.
I think this is the get-right spot for Sprinkle and company. Give me the Huskies. Lock it up at home. They're going to get up for this spot. Had 7 days.
Bieniek just going to sit behind the scenes on the Apple Cup.
Yeah, I'm not going to get any action in this one. Obviously, we're watching this. This is the last game of the night. Show probably starts a little bit later tomorrow as well. To me personally, I like Wazoo a little bit more this year as well. I'm in the same boat as Colby, but I don't know. I don't love it, so I'm not going to play it.
Now we got a problem.
Whoa. We got a battle in the Apple Cup, final game of the night. Dundee on the Cougs. Mac on these droopy-ass Huskies. All right, that game's on Fox Sports 1, by the way, and I expect everyone to watch that one. That is homework. That's our show. Best 3 plays of the night.
By the way, for those TMZers that will just fast forward to the end of the show, just for the favorite plays, Colby, if you want to do that pitch one more time.
Yes. subscribe to the college basketball experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. If we do not get, we see the numbers like 40% or 30, high 30s that watch this show are not subscribed. It kills us. All you got to do is do that. You know, one of my favorites is we have a couple assholes that watch the show, talk a ton of shit. They say the show sucks, but they do it like every day, which is totally fine in my book because you're totally helping us out. But why
We
not
enjoy
just
the
go one step
engagement.
further? Hit that like and subscribe. If we don't get to 15K by January 1st, show will never it'll be like Police Academy when they lost Gutenberg, you know, or you know, there's been a lot of shows where they replaced the lead actor, you know, or the movies or shows. And they try to. Did you see the second Total Recall with Colin Farrell? You don't want to watch that. All right. You know, that doesn't matter how many hot
Legend
chicks.
goes, this show doesn't
Yeah.
suck. Mac sucks.
That guy's a
Ooh.
jackass.
Ooh.
Go fuck yourself, Jack. Jack fuck. Go sleep over
So
you.
get on over there. John says your show sucks, but I'm going to watch it every day. Yes, that's the type of energy I want. Call me a gap tooth pile of shit, but just watch it every day. Hit that like and subscribe button. Top 3 plays of the night. Let's go. This is always so hard, right? Let's go. Bieniek, do you have yours ready?
Yeah,
I got
I'm diving all the way in. Memphis -5 in Charlottesville against Virginia. Memphis plays good in the non-conference. That's just what they do every single season. They are not going to I don't think they're taking Virginia lightly just because they've been a really good program lately. And a road game, I think they will play good and play hard. And it's not a type of game that they'll sleepwalk through. So I think that one's a double-digit win for the Tigers there. I've talked myself more and more into this play after this show and talking about it here. Vermont -3.5. I really like that as a smash. You have the national championship probably celebration during this game, and also Vermont's just so due, and it's a revenge game after last year's buzzer beating shot win that Miami, Ohio had against the Cats. So I really like that Vermont play. And for my third, I'm between 2, and Mac's going to hate one, or it's going to be the other one's so disgusting. I'm going to go to the one that Mac's going to hate. I'm going to take Northeastern +3 against Frank Martin and UMass. So they've already lost 2 of these little brother regional battles against UMass Lowell and Central Connecticut. So I have seen nothing to make me not want to bet this one too. So Northeastern +3, money line it too.
Oh, there we go. I'm going to TMZ this one. These are the ones that just stood out me right from the start. And maybe I'm diving into some stink here, but Bradley, New Mexico, and Butler are my 3 favorite plays. Arizona would be a 4th. When I first looked at the card, those 4 jumped out to me, but I just wonder how many people are thinking that same thing.
You liked Michigan
TMZ
a lot too, right?
I do like Michigan a lot too. Mac, fire.
I have New Mexico, Bradley, and I don't know, UMass.
I love this.
I thought about Vermont, but we all gave out Vermont. I'm not going to give out Vermont again. Vermont's up there for me. Michigan's up there, but UMass is going to fuck up Northeastern. Let's go. They're going to make some jump shots. They're going to make some jump shots tomorrow, and they're going to win by 20.
Folks, that is our show. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Don't forget about our parlays. The Illinois double parlay of Northern Illinois and the likes of Bradley. And don't forget about our liquid lunch parlay, which is a money line play, by the way, of Albany parlayed with fucking Dartmouth. And don't forget also, if you want to make $1,000 for doing nothing, check out our college football playoff bracket pool. It's free to enter, bozos. So, I mean, just trying to give someone $1,000. Once again, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CFP to enter. All you got to do is pick the games and the totals, or the side of the total there for each and every game, and the best record will win $1,000. Check out the college football experience, the FCS college football experience, the college baseball experience, the Big 12 experience, the Ryan and Rush show, sports gambling podcast, all that good stuff. Check it all out. Bottom line bombs with the bet detective, CJ Sullivan. Till next time, folks, this is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
I know I'm out of my mind. I've lost my mind. I'm just ahead of my time. I know I'm out of my mind. I'm just ahead of my time. Tricks the body, thinks the body's crazy. Rockin' at first was hell without vodka. I pop up in spots, they screaming, you clockwork. I'm dilated, the fuck off, I ain't doing it. Before Weatherman dropped, they thought I might have ruined it. Elusive, I just deny rumors. Smile and give punchlines with dry humor. See what the future brings. In 03, I got on MTV. Time is bugged, that's the message I'm sending them. Sign with Slug and survive beef with Eminem. I mention different events in my sentences. It's dangerous to reminisce or remember it. Still it's evidence, check 1, 2, 1, 2. Less punches and spit what I've been through. I stayed here, got booed, but kept rapping. The same year got sued by Kurt Natman. I'm just ahead of my time. I know I'm out of my mind. Look, I know where I come from and know who I started with, but trying to split a check 8 ways, that's the hardest shit. And I ain't starving shit, I had to get my own. So I ain't trying to hear that bullshit you on. Like you love my brothers, my crew more than I do. Anytime I make a change, I gotta run it by you. I wish I would give a fuck. I was broke in the hood on the porch and some chucks. The first one saying Mid-City on these records. To make the world respect it. Cloverdale, 1300 block moving. Sunshine bomb bitches, that's how we do it. What you doing, man? You shoveling snow, throwing coke up your nose. You in love with the blow? Oops. Think I'm dissing my own crew, but I love the living legends. I was talking about you. I know I'm out of my mind.